We had no idea what we were doing. A garden we never used, zero experience, and then a pandemic. So we started digging. I'm Jenny, a former city girl. My husband Gerd and I went from complete beginners to building raised beds, a greenhouse, and a small flock of chickens, all from scratch in the Austrian countryside. We started out of fear, but somewhere along the way, we found something we didn't expect. This is our tiny homestead, and this is how we're learning to run it. In early spring, many local shops here start offering deals on plants, flowers, soil and mulch. Usually it's still so cold, sometimes it even snows in March, that we miss these deals because we are simply not in the mood to buy anything for the garden yet. But this year, spring arrived almost overnight here in the Southern Alps, and we weren't going to miss it this time. So we took the chance and rushed to the shops to buy what we could. First, we went to a local supermarket and got ourselves some soil and mulch at super prices. We then headed to a local nursery to have a look and maybe buy a couple of things. But everything was so expensive. Last year, a friend told me about a nursery in Italy, about an hour and a half from here, with very good prices. We ended up buying all our vegetables there, and they turned out really well. So this year we're doing the same, a day trip to that Italian nursery. So we resisted the urge to buy plants, knowing we'd get much better prices in Italy the next day. Instead, we had a coffee. Back home, it was finally time for our little olive tree to come out of the greenhouse after 4 months. We also started cleaning up the beds to get them ready for planting. These are the tomatoes from last year. They seem to thrive in the greenhouse. This is the first raised bed we ever built. In Austria, they're really worth it. We have so many slugs, and the soil warms up faster in spring and stays warm longer into fall, and you get far fewer weeds. It has seen a lot. Snow, wind, repairs every year, but it's still doing its job. The greenhouse itself has taken quite a beating from storms. Parts of it fly off every now and then, and we have to replace them. Still, as long as it stands, we'll keep using it. It's a total game changer for the Austrian climate. The next day, we headed to the Italian nursery. We live very close to the Italian border, so it's very convenient for us to take day trips there for shopping or even just an espresso.
La tessera o il denaro.
This is the most complicated toll system we have ever seen. So many slots and ports on this machine. It's actually funny to watch cars get stuck trying to figure it out. And of course, everything is in Italian.
Prego attendere, validazione in corso. Ritirare la tessera.
The first time we saw this, we had no idea where to put the card.
Arrivederci.
Of course, it's Italian and it's overwhelming.
I was lucky I noticed where the driver in front of us put theirs.
I saved us.
So we survived.
Yes.
They didn't have everything available yet. It was still a bit early in the season. But we took what we found, and the prices were excellent. We found zucchini, different kinds of tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and much more. We do have to be careful though with how much we buy, because space in the greenhouse is limited. And even inside the greenhouse, spring in Austria can still be risky. Temperatures can drop a lot overnight. I also bought my first lemon tree. I've been wanting one for years. I just hope it survives the Austrian climate. I picked up some spring flowers too. The prices were just too good to pass up. And then we got a peach tree and a pear tree. For 15 euros they were a great deal. We would get more, but we only have so much space in the car. There's no place like home, they say. As much as I enjoy getting out, home is where I find peace, and my soul truly rests. It's amazing how warm it's gotten in just a few days. It's March, but it already feels like April, and we're already sitting outside. It's getting warmer every year. And something else that's becoming hard to ignore: how dry it is. We're getting so much less rain, and there are parts of the garden I planted last year that look like a desert, like nothing is going to come back this spring.
Almost.
Gerd is doing what he always does, fixing the fence so the girls don't escape. Last year I discovered how much ornamental grasses can add to a garden. My first ones did really well through the winter. They survived the frost and the snow. These ones here produce beautiful soft pink cloud-like blooms, but they're a bit more frost sensitive. I'm hoping they'll take root so we can enjoy them for years to come, though I have my doubts. On garden work days, we usually eat something quick and easy so we don't lose too much time. And since we're fasting right now for Easter, today we had calamari. The kids love them. They always remind us of Greece. It's Sunday. We're trying to finish up the planting today because during the week there's never enough time for big garden projects and the days are still pretty short. Here's our new peach tree. I'm really curious to see how it does. Whenever I buy a tree, I do a lot of research which variety does best in the Corinthian climate here in southern Austria, which one is more disease resistant and which one tastes the best. This one checked a lot of boxes. This is my second pear tree. I'm not happy with the first. It turned out to be quite sensitive to disease and rain, mostly because I picked it randomly at a nursery without doing my homework first. So this time I did the research and I'm trying my luck with a better variety. This year we also got our first pampas grasses, 3 classic white ones. I was thinking of planting them around the pool since they need a lot of sun and are actually salt tolerant, which works well since our pool uses salt water. But in the end, I decided to put them in front of the chicken coop fence to brighten up that corner a bit, hoping they take root too. Gardening is genuinely therapeutic. Even just editing this video, I find myself relaxing all over again, just listening to the birds, the wind, and the sounds of the soil. We packed everything inside to let the plants get a little stronger, and once the weather settles, we'll move some of them back outside. A coffee break, the first Greek frappe of the season, with a few raindrops on the side.
Για πάλεψε. Την έφερα. Καλό κορίτσι είσαι εσύ, καλό. Φοβητσιάρικο, αλλά καλό.
The weather is starting to turn. We need to wrap up before a storm rolls in. This always happens with the greenhouse windows when a storm comes out of nowhere. Spring weather in Austria is unpredictable. Temperatures can drop below freezing overnight. So for the plants already outside, I covered them with a white garden fleece to help buffer the cold a little. A bit of watering, a coffee at dusk, and I'm just grateful I get to live this outdoor life to the fullest already this early in the year.
Ωραία, φαίνεται ίδια.
Another spring in the garden, another season of hope, of small beds placed in the soil. A lemon tree that might not survive the winter, a peach tree we carefully chose, tiny plants that may or may not become something. We started all of this knowing nothing, and honestly, we still don't know everything. But that's the point, isn't it? Every year teaches us something new. And every year this place, this life, feels a little more like ours. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one.